me say one thing. The tiny microphone. I am not a tiny microphone holding girly, okay? I think this is the new gen, the Gen Zers of the world, who I love. I'm not starting a war with Gen Z. I think they're incredible. I just personally love a good lapel mic that you just clip on and then you don't see it. You don't hold it. It's not a central theme, right? Unfortunately, if I don't film this video right now, I'm probably not going to do it. And I cannot find my clip for this little microphone. So this won't be a recurring thing. It's just a thing right now. Hello and happy 2025. If you have followed even an inkling of like what type of stuff I've posted on this channel, it's probably all over the place. I'm trying to make it a point to just share the things that I want to share because I like to. Today specifically, I wanted to chat a little bit about my reading goals for 2025. Previous years, I feel like the trend was read like 200 books, read 100 books, read 52 books so you can read a book a week for the entire year. I never really enjoyed that. If I'm trying to rush to read something by a certain time, if it's not an audiobook, I will skim the living heck out of whatever I'm reading, and I don't really get to enjoy that. So I love that the trend is going back to read for pleasure, read stories that you want to read at your own pace, read 12 books in a year if you are going to enjoy the heck out of the 12 books that you read, and then move on. I can rock with this trend. My goal last year was 24 books. I think I read 25 by the end of the year. I was just pacing myself, enjoying myself. Some months I read nothing. Some months I read like 3 or 4 different books. I know that there are 25 books that I want to read, and it felt perfect for 2025, so I think I am hopping on board the 25 books for 2025 trend. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to be completely real with you. I have not listed all 25 out. I got to 9, but I'm going to do the rest. I'm going to do the rest right now. A lot of these are going to be book series. I was like, do series count, right? Do they count? Yes, they do, because it's my list, and I get to decide what counts. So, Legendborn, Bloodmarked, and Oathbound. Oathbound comes out in March, I think early March. I could be very wrong about that. I just finally started Legendborn. I don't know what took me so long to start that series. I think it was on my TBR for the last 5 years maybe, and I just didn't pick it up. But every single year I was like, I'm going to read Legendborn. And now seems like the perfect time, because I can give January to Legendborn. I can give February to Bloodmarked, which I'm probably not going to do. I'm probably just going to read it back to back and then wait anxiously for March for Oathbound. But I could, in theory, do January Legendborn, February Bloodmarked, and March Oathbound. Could be fun. We'll see how that goes. That is 3 of 25. Those were on the list already. The second little chunk is also a series. It is the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. Also that first trilogy, Tracy Deonn. This is another fantasy series I've been sleeping on for so long. I don't even know why. I've had that little book stack up there for so long, and I know that I'm going to love it when I read it. I just haven't done it yet. So number 4 is the 5th season. Number 5 is the Obelisk Gate, and number 6 is the Stone Sky. That's 6 out of 25 books already. We're making it. I actually only have 8. I had one on here twice. On a list of 9, I had a duplicate. The next 2 is another N.K. Jemisin duology, and that is The Killing Moon and The Shadowed Sun. I don't know anything about these. I read the back cover of The Killing Moon, and I was like, dreams? I always talk about my dream world and how active my dream world is, so I felt like it might be interesting. So yeah, that's 8 books right now. So let's look at my shelf and try to pick books from here. I'm trying to not spend a bunch of money on books. I have a whole wall of books over here. I'll take the video right now. Literally an entire wall and some sleeping dogs. And I don't want to keep adding books to that and not... I don't want to keep adding books and not reading what I already have. So let's do this. I think Wicked would be a good one. Here's why. I read Wicked a long time ago, like when I was a bit younger. But it feels timely right now with the first Wicked live action movie happening in November. And I just watched it on New Year's. It was incredible. I loved it. I have no complaints. And then the second one comes out next November. So I think this October because why not? Duh. I will read Wicked. It has been staring at me for so long. November time frame, we read Wicked. I keep looking at the Frederick Bachman books I have down there. I have Beartown and Us Against You on the list. The thing is, I don't want to cry, but I have had those two on here for a long time, and I think it's time I just like powered through and read them. Nice. We are at 11. Nice. Lucky number 12. I hear Anxious People's good by Bachman too. I don't know if it's crazy if I do too many Bachman books. Oh, you know what? I have something that's not on my shelf that I will buy. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. That is a V.E. Schwab book that I am itching to get my hands on. I want that book so bad. She just keeps saying it's about toxic lesbian vampires, and I'm like, that sounds like a really good time. Like a really good time. Sign me up. Sign me up yesterday. I need that. So that's number 12 on the list. Now moving on to number 13 on the list. I think I might put this other Bachman on here. I'm going to put Anxious People. I think it's going to make me cry. But honestly, the list of things that makes me cry is... I feel like the list of things that don't make me cry is much shorter than the list of things that do make me cry. So, yeah. Can you tell I'm trying not to move too much because I got this camera focused. If it's blurry, I'm posting it anyway. If this video is blurry, I'm posting it anyway. Feel goods. These are all my romance books. Yo, I love Emily Henry. I love Emily Henry. You know what else is coming out this year? You know what? Hold up. Can't Get Enough. I will be reading Can't Get Enough. That comes out in February. And I will be all over it. Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. I love Kennedy Ryan's writing. I am obsessed with that whole friendship. The obsession is real. I need that in my life. I'm definitely reading that one. That's on the list. Okay. I don't know if Jessa Hastings... Is the new Jessa Hastings book coming out this year? Conditions of Will. If the Conditions of Will is coming out, I'm definitely... April 2025. Yo. Conditions of Will. That's going on here. That's number 15. I love Jessa Hastings also. I was a Magnolia Parks freak, and I thought that maybe I would only love Magnolia Parks, and then I read Never. Have you read Never? And she said there's more coming for that. I cannot wait. I love a Peter Pan retelling. This is relevant. Look at that. This is my favorites shelf. And look at that. Peter Pan and Never right there. Anyway. Oh, I never read Curvy Girl Summer, and I feel like everyone really loved it, so I'm going to add that on my list. Curvy Girl Summer. That's a good one. That's number 16. You know what? I've never read anything by Kristen Hanna, and I keep hearing that she's a great writer, and I was gifted The Nightingale. Is that what it's called? Yeah, The Nightingale. So I think I'm going to add that to my list. That's number 17. I think I want to finish the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy by V.E. Schwab too. I don't remember what the last one's called. They're all the way at the top. I could get up, but then I might lose the focus that I may not even have right now, and I don't want that. The Conjuring of Light. Now, I did read the first one, Darker Shade of Magic, maybe a year or two ago. I really liked it. I don't know why I didn't finish the series at the time, but I did really like that one. So, we need a few more books. We're almost there, y'all. We were really breezing through this at the beginning, and now it's just like, oh, you know what? Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. My sister-in-laws told me those were good, so I'm going to trust them. Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. I'm racing against myself here. I said feel good, and I don't think I actually put too many feel goods on here, so Nice Work, Nor November, I think would be a good one. At my local library thing, we bring an author in, a local author usually, to come speak to us, and Julia London was so kind to come and speak to us about Nice Work, Nor November, and then life got away from me, but I do want to read that, so 2 more books. Who will be the final? I think I'm going to put 2 on here, and if I decide to change my mind, I'm allowed to do that, because it's my list, you know? I think the last 2 I will add are I really want to read Player Piano. There's no particular reason, I just feel like I should. And then the final one on my list, number 25, to end the year. I'm going to read these before. I know I'm going to read these before the year's up, and that's okay. Let's tap out with maybe, how about the Davenports? The Davenports has been on my list for a long time. Okay, we got 25 books on our list now. We are ready to rock and roll for 2025. I'm so excited. I'm probably going to switch some of these out, and if I do, I'll give a little update, maybe a little YouTube short update, and say, hey, by the way, swapping this out. Not that anyone super cares. I care, though. And if you're here and you stuck it out this long, then perhaps you also care. I worried for a long time about doing YouTube videos because I don't typically have a lot of hot takes, and I feel like videos aren't interesting if you don't have hot takes. That's up for debate. I'm still going to do it because I do have a good time doing this. That's it. Happy New Year. Bye.